Guys, Adam here from Not Toys Action Figures, bringing you another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review. And this week we have a newer figure on the channel. We have Beast Morphers Yellow, aka Zoey. And yeah, as I was doing my kind of ranking of the Lightning Collection figures, I was like, you know what? I've never actually thought about the Beast Morphers figures. And then as I was doing that, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to look into maybe trying to get some. So during kind of Black Friday and around Black Friday week, I was looking on indemandtoys.co.uk, and they actually had yellow, and they had one second, and they had red on sale. I guess they're like second hand. I think someone must have sold their collection to them, so I managed to pick them both up for a really good price. And I thought, yeah, let's get some Beast Morphers on the channel because I know it's a newer series. It's newer. These are new. The yellow is a newer. I think it was wave 14, a newer figure. So yeah, let's get her out of the box and see what Zoey's got. Okay, and here is Zoey out of the box. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I was a bit worried, as I always am when I buy figures secondhand, the state that they're going to be in, but she's in really, really good condition. And yeah, it's an interesting. They have an interesting design. The Beast Morphers. I feel like they feel like the most like normal people that want to be superheroes, and it's like they put on like a leather jacket. They find some kind of helmet and then just put on ski goggles over the top, kind of like if you ever saw the movie Kick-Ass, like how he looks at right at the beginning. That design, it just feels like, I don't know, to me, it just feels like people in normal clothes. But it is kind of nice. Like I like the she has this overlay here on the top of her, like over her shoulders, which we haven't really seen in the Lightning collection yet. And she does kind of pose a very clean silhouette there. The weapon itself, yeah, the weapon I'm not the most impressed with. It feels very plasticky. And looking also at Red's weapons, they also feel quite like big, chunky, plasticky kind of thing. So let's see how he looks. But otherwise, yeah, when you just look at her like this, she looks great. It's funny, her hand there, the one that is kind of flat, it has like a really, really long peg. So you might be able to see it over the top. It doesn't actually go all the way into its hole. So it's almost like they gave her another hand that wasn't for this figure, from maybe another figure, and they just made it in yellow plastic, and then the peg doesn't fit in. But I managed to hide it there with the sword over it. So yeah, I think she's a cool looking figure. Let's put her in some more poses. Okay, so here is Beast Morpher Yellow with Mighty Morphin Yellow. I thought I'd put them in together. I don't know, for some reason they give me the same vibes. I guess it's maybe because Beast Morpher Yellow also has kind of like a cat looking animal on top of her helmet there. So it goes perfect with Saber-Tooth Tiger. Obviously, they're both yellow, so that helps. And yeah, I'm just kind of having a bit more fun playing with these remastered ones. In the last episode with Goldar, you know, it was nice getting the remastered Mighty Morphin red and green in there. So I thought, you know what, why not for this one? Put it in Mighty Yellow. I actually never made a remastered Mighty Yellow video because at the time I didn't have any like access to this desk. Someone was staying in this room, so I couldn't make videos. So it's nice to get her in a video. Also, kind of cool with the effects here. I really wish I could take these guys out into the garden and get some photos of them, but right now it's winter, and currently as I'm making this video, it's snowing. So I think, you know, maybe if we get a nice bit of snow laid on the floor, laid on the ground, then maybe I'll take them out and pose them in the snow. But otherwise, we just have stuff inside for now. But otherwise, yeah, look how cool they look together. They look yellow on yellow, very, very nice. Let's put not Mighty Morphin Yellow, Beast Morphers Yellow into another pose. Okay, and here are the Yellow Rangers out of their helmets into their morphing positions. I'm not exactly sure if that is 100% correct for how the Beast Morphers morph. It was kind of hard to find an image for it online. But you can see there her hand, how, yeah, like I said, the peg is a little bit too long for it. You can also see she has like a slight paint scuff there on her eye, like just below her right eye. It's a little bit of makeup or something that's kind of been smudged off. But I think I can fix that with a cotton bud and a bit of nail varnish remover. And then yeah, for Trinny's head sculpt, I think Trinny's head sculpt is one of the best in the Lightning Collection Remastered. I think she looks amazing. It's kind of cartoony, but also has that kind of realism to it. And you can just see maybe just a difference there, especially in the eyes. Like Trinny's eyes look so very almost like piercing in a way, like they're looking right at you. Whereas you can see with Zoe's, her face looks a little bit more, I don't know, just kind of more toy-like, a little bit maybe more shiny. If we go over Zoe, I'm not going to go over articulation, but we can get a nice zoom in here of how nice the Morpher looks, and also her belt going down to her clothes. But like I say, I think that this character, she feels that this team, I would say, they feel like the most like normal. They're not really in suits. Like I think you could get away with using this body as like a civilian body for other Rangers, if you know what I mean, because it looks like she's just wearing a long coat. But I do really appreciate that they actually painted the Morpher, because that's one thing that a lot of figures don't have is their Morphers painted. Yeah, if we look at her weapons in a little bit, as we just have another closer look at Zoe, you'll see that they also painted in her weapons quite nicely. So yeah, let's do that. Let's have a closer look at her and look at the weapons, and yeah, see what details. So like I said, let's have a quick look at Zoe. We won't do the articulation because it's the same as the other female bodies from the new body type with the pinless arms. So I have reviews of, I think, the Pink Ranger that you can go and check out, the Pink Mighty Morphin. So you can go and check that out, and there's a few other figures that have it that I think I've already reviewed. But yeah, looking at the head sculpt looks nice. Like I said, it feels a bit more toyish than some of the other head sculpts we've seen, especially for the remastered ones. I don't think it's an amazing likeness to the actress. I also think the hair feels very much like it needs a wash in it. Like it's very much one tone. There's not really a lot of depth or anything into it, which is a little bit of a shame. If we go down to the suit, like I said, is quite nice, but it's quite like a basic design. But I like that they have the zip. They have this nice badge. They have the silver going on the inside. Mine's her arm is her elbow is very loose, so it's nice to get it into the double like the double elbow there, but it is very loose. That also goes around to the back though with the silver. Obviously not on the elbows, but the silver goes round, and there is a nice texture to the suit itself that gives it almost like a leather feel. Here on the arms we have the Morpher, like I said, with the Morpher been painted in places, which is nice. And then coming down to the legs, the problem I would say, if we just talk quickly about articulation, is the skirt does get quite in the way, and it's quite hard. Like it's not the easiest to move out of the way. Maybe I need to heat it up a little bit more, but yeah, getting her legs to move in and out has been quite difficult. But the legs, I think these are just standard, the standard new ones. There is some kind of patches on them, but I also think that's been on a lot of other figures. Then we come down to the boots, and the boots again feel kind of almost leathery. They have like a nice kind of cut into them here that gives them a little bit of distinguishes them from some other figures. But yeah, overall she's a nice looking figure. I like her. If we look at her helmet, like I said, it has almost like this kind of bunny or cat motif there on the top. I know nothing about Beast Morphers, so it probably is some kind of cat or something. But it's since it's a Beast Morphers. But yeah, it's a nice helmet. But like I say, I always feel like this team in particular looks like civilians that just got dressed up in gear that they thought was would be good to fight against bad guys. And it's kind of accentuated by these kind of ski goggles like on top of that feel like they're on top of the mask, which I think is quite funny. But otherwise, yeah, they look quite cool. If you go into other accessories, so like we say, she has for her hand, she has a fist hand, and she has a kind of a chopping hand, but like this one, the pin is too long. Then she has she has two grasping hands for her weapons, and again, these are the modern female hands, which I really don't like because I think they're really difficult to actually get a hold of weapons. But then if we speak about weapons, she has her sword, which again, it's a lot of black plastic, but I guess that's just how the sword looks. But I do like that there is a little bit of detail here with like this metallic blue with the red dots on, and then you have this blue here on the sword, which is nice. But yeah, it does feel very black, and especially against her black trousers and black kind of accents, it can get lost a little bit in the photos. It kind of blends in. But she does come with this effect piece, which we've seen a million times. So maybe it's worth just wrapping this around the sword, because then it helps the sword stand out a little bit more. So maybe let's do that for the last pose. And here is Zoey, like I said, with her sword kind of in like a ready, like she's just blocked someone and about ready to just punch them with her left hand there. And yeah, an interesting figure, an interesting team. I'm always happy to get new teams on the channel and also newer figures, because maybe people are searching for reviews of these newer figures. Because yeah, you know, that's what people tend to do. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the Beast Morpher Yellow figure itself. Also go and check out my my videos of me ranking the Lightning Collection figures. I think I put this figure as a B figure on the ranking, but let me know if you think it should be higher or lower, and please check out that video because it was really fun to make and I think it's a really good video and I want to hear everyone's opinions on it. But otherwise, yeah, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you leave a like. Let me know if you want to see Red next, Red Beast Morpher, or I have some other figures that we can look at. But yeah, maybe it would be cool to check out the Red Beast Morpher next. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.